Hello.
Yes, Ramesh, we are waiting for others to join. We'll start in 4 minutes. Guys, we are waiting for others to join, so we'll wait for 3 more minutes. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, people who attended previous lectures, who watched recording, do you guys have any questions? We were on availability zone and availability set. So, do you guys have any questions on those topics? Let me know. Yes, guys, anyone has any questions on Azure geography, Azure availability zone, where region we did not discuss yet, Azure availability set? Did you guys go through it, read it about it? People who missed the sessions, did you guys go through the recording? Yes, Yogesh, do you have any doubts? Yogesh, Jafar,
No, sir. All.
नहीं भाई
okay. Adnan bhai, what about you?
Well, I missed the previous two lectures, so I have to complete them.
Okay,
So,
watch those videos and let me know. Juhi, were you able to cover up with those videos?
Yes,
So do you have any questions? Did you understand?
yes, understood.
Okay. One more minute, we'll wait and then we'll continue. Okay, guys, let's start. We waited for 5 minutes. One quick update, guys. My shift has changed. So maybe these 2-3 days will be just shifting timings. I understand you all have meetings or some other commitment. So may only for this week we'll do this, and then I will have a fixed time and I'll let you know, guys. Most probably we'll continue with the same time. If there are any changes, we will discuss and finalize one time. So So let's start with this, and a quick revision we'll do before we proceed with the new topic. As we had a break of 3 days, I hope you guys practiced. You guys tried to log into portal. Did anyone try to log into portal and create any resource, anything? Anyone tried doing that and faced any error, anything? Because guys, unless you go to portal and log in and do something, you will not be able to uh, understand the portal just by watching these videos or attending these sessions or reading some documents. It will not help. You will have to go to portal and do few things practically. You should get errors, you should get stuck, you should ask, then only you will get that feeling, that hands-on experience. So in interview, you could portray that you have hands-on experience. When you say hands-on experience, you should have hands-on experience. So I think today's class will also be a theoretical class, and let's see if we can cover some practical. But even if I cover some practical sessions here, you guys will have to go and do the practical, then only you will understand it. So let's start with a quick revision, guys. Who could tell me quickly what is Azure Geography?
Azure geography are those region in the world where Azure regions are available.
Right. Who could tell me what is Azure Availability Zone? Yes, guys, Azure Availability Zone. We read about it, right?
Where data centers are available.
Yes, you could say, or the data centers are also called availability zone. Okay, what are the regions? Anyone else who could answer what are regions? Jafar bhai, could you tell me what are regions?
The regions are the zones where we have these availability zones.
Right, so the hierarchy is it region, geography, availability zone, region or geography? What is it? Could you tell me? The highest level and then the lowest level?
The highest level is Azure geography, then
Mhm.
comes the region, and then there is availability zone.
Great. So I hope you guys have that understanding clearly now, that what is Azure Geography. Azure Geography is nothing. It's Azure's presence in somewhere. If it is in India, if it is in Australia, China, जहाँ पर भी Azure का presence है, those are called Azure Geography. Okay. Then we have Azure regions. Now, what do you mean by region? Azure region means in that specific geography. Let's say this is India geography. So India geography, in India, how many data centers are there, or how many places Azure has its data center? So in India, we have, I guess, 4. Mumbai is not appearing for some reason, maybe some due to some maintenance or something. So we'll consider 3: Pune, Chennai, and Hyderabad and Mumbai. So total 4 we have. As of now, we'll consider Hyderabad. Mumbai is not appearing. I'm sure it will be up for in few days. So these are the regions. So this is called geography. The one which is the one which is in shown in black, that is geography. In geography, we have regions. In region, we have a simple region or an availability zone region. So what is an availability zone region? A simple region will have only one data center. This is a region. It will have one data center. This is a region, it will have one data center. But if I say that there is a region which has availability zone feature, so it will have 3 data centers, 1, 2, and 3 in the same city, in the same region. Okay, one could be, again, I'm taking example, Pune's example, so you guys understand it well. So if we have an availability zone in Pune, which means Pune will have 3 data centers, one in Hinjewadi. It could be, these are just examples. Okay? One could be in Hinjewadi, one could be in Magarpatta, one could be in SP Info City or Eon Kharadi, anything. So one city which has multiple data centers or 3 data centers, it will be called a region with availability zone. Others are called, others are simply called region. Is it clear, guys? Anyone
Yes.
has any doubt?
Yes. No, bhai.
Okay. Now let's See, what is an availability set? By the way, why do we have availability zone?
To achieve high availability.
Correct. To achieve high availability or redundancy, both are similar words. Okay, to achieve, what do you mean by high availability or HA? What do you mean by that? Who could explain what is high availability?
Minimum downtime.
Correct.
Zero
Yogesh.
down, zero downtime.
Correct. I will not call it exactly zero, but minimum. Zero कभी होता ही नहीं है. ठीक है. I mean, we have to be practical. Zero नहीं होता, but minimum से minimum downtime that my application should be available maximum time. That is called high availability. मतलब मेरी application की availability जो है ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. That is what an HA is, or a high availability is. So to achieve high availability, we have an option of availability zone. और इससे भी बढ़ के ऑप्शंस है आगे, रीजन वाइज भी ऑप्शन है, बट विल डिस्कस देम लेटर. एज ऑफ नाउ वी आर जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट अवेलेबिलिटी जोन. Okay, so what does it mean when I say availability zone? So if one application, example, this is my Australia geography. In Australia geography, I have one region here. Which region we have in Australia, I don't know, we'll have to see that. That's okay, names they do not matter. वो हम Azure इस पे जाकर देख सकते हैं Explorer पे. Or let me go there. You will be used to that. See, the list is here. बहुत डिटेल में आप लोगों को माइक्रोसॉफ्ट की साइट पे मिल जाएगा. सो इसमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं that you guys have to mug it up. And these things they keep on changing. तो वैसे भी इसको मेमोराइज करने का और याद करने का कोई सेंस नहीं बनता. You don't even have to do that. So this is Australia geography we have. In Australia geography, I decided to host my application on this region, Australia East. This is the region. See, वो जो city का नाम है वो I was telling you just for your understanding. If you see, this is India. In India, we have two regions and one upcoming region. Hyderabad is showing upcoming, and this one is available regions. But it says Central India. We know that the location is Pune, but they are not referring it with city's name, so don't get confused. This was just for your understanding. कि location में उसको कुछ बोल रहा हूँ, that is a different thing. But what is the actual name of this region? It is Central India. Okay, now coming back to the scenario, coming back to the question that I'm planning to host my application, or let's stick to this, either Australia or India. I'm planning to have my application in India region, and I decide to go with this South India region, in India geography, in South India region. Why am I doing this? Maybe I have my users here in India, किसी भी रीजन से जो मैंने अपनी मार्केटिंग का जो कुछ कर रखा है, एक assessment वगैरह कर रखा है, on based on that I've decided to go with South India region. Now here, if I go to this South India region, let's say this is South India region. Here I have an application, and for one application I'm planning to have 5 computers. I mean, for one simple role, for my application requires a front-end server, a back-end server, and a database server. And I'm planning to have 5 servers for one role. In total, I would require 15 servers. And I'm going with South India region. So I will have all my 15 servers. And guys, I've told you this several times. When I say servers, it's not only servers an application required. Many things are there, but I will just call them server. हम वो servers निकलता रहता है. So when I say server, it means server, networking, storage, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है उसमें, IP addresses and everything, firewall, बहुत सारी. We'll see them in detail. So here 15 resources or 15 servers I plan to install, or I plan to deploy, and I selected region South India. South India region I have selected. or south region. Okay. Uh, so here I have 15. So in this 15 computer, in these 15 computers or servers, I have 5 for each role. One is the front end. So out of these 5, if an operating system goes down, guys, listen to the question very carefully. If you do not understand, let me know. Ask me to repeat, I'll explain it, but I want you to understand the answer. Even if you don't answer it here, that is well, but I want you to understand the scenario. So you will be able to explain it in your interview, and you will be able to understand the scenario when an interviewer gives you a scenario based question. So here my question is that I have South India region. In one region, I have my own high availability. By the way, is it high availability? I'm using 5 servers for one application. Is it a form of HA in any way? Not just think in region perspective or anything. Is it an HA setup in any way?
No.
No, because it's lying in the same region. That's why.
No, do not. I just told you, do not think from the region perspective or anything. If this is not an HA, then what is the difference here in the same, in another region, I have the same application and I require a front end server, a back end, and a database server, total 3 servers. So I'm just deploying 3 servers. So then what is the difference between this 15 server and 3 servers? If you're calling this is not an HA, then what is the difference between this one and this one? Who could answer? I'll tell you, this is an HA, this is an high availability, but at what level? Who could answer that? I gave you a few hints that I required one application server, one database server, and one backend server, but I am planning to deploy 5 each, 5 application servers, 5 database servers, and 5 backend servers. So I am calling this is definitely an HA setup and high availability setup. I do have the redundancy, but who could explain in what way? Anyone wants to give it a try? A random answer,
My
anything will do.
My
Jafar.
the region which consists of 15 servers now, since it's been divided into three, 555 category, and it's an HA because there would be 3 locations available where these 555 combination of 5 servers would be set up. And in the other scenario where you just need to deploy only 3 servers, it is simply in one region. Now it's not necessary every Azure geography, the region where Azure's presence, it's Azure geography, and every Azure geography consists of a region, but it is not important, it is not necessary that that region will have an availability zone.
Okay, not exactly what I'm looking for. Maybe I confused you guys. Let me reiterate it, and somebody else answered availability set. No, that is also not the correct answer. Forget cloud. Let's say this is an on-premises setup. This is my data center in my office in my own building. Okay, this is my data center. This is my own building. I'm not at all using cloud. I have an application. That application requires only 3 servers, one application server, one database server, one backend server. That is the requirement. That's all I needed. But I still plan to deploy 15 virtual machines or 15 physical machines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these 5 will be catering my application servers, my application front end, which is a front end server. These are my backend servers. My requirement was only one. The technical requirement was only one. Ek pe bhi kaam ho hi jata. And these are my database servers. I needed 3. Now I have 15. Would you call it an HA now? A high availability?
Yes.
How?
Because one goes down, you have another 4 to support your front end, back end, and other servers. Because the requirement is only 3 servers, but we have 13 available servers to support if anything goes down or anything happens to the server.
Correct. Let me explain it, guys. Now it has already taken some time, so I will explain. That is okay. Yes, you are correct. So in this case also guys, we have high availability. How? If an operating system fails here, so this high availability, understand guys, high availability जो है ना, किसी एक ही तरह का support नहीं कर रहा है, multiple है. Like availability set में अलग था, availability zone में अलग तरह का आपको redundancy मिलेगी. लोअर लेवल भी है और हायर लेवल भी है, आगे जाकर हम रीजन लेवल पे भी पढ़ने वाले हैं. सो अंडरस्टैंड, हाई अवेलेबिलिटी इज एन हाई अवेलेबिलिटी, इट इज एन HA, it could be in any manner. So this one, it is an OS based HA. Let's say अगर सेम एग्जांपल यहां पर मैं लेता हूं, same example, this is my on premises data center and I have one front end server, one back end server and one database server. ठीक है, forget cloud वगैरह की मैं बात ही नहीं कर रहा हूं. If this operating system goes down, data center वगैरह सब कुछ चल रहा है. आप लोगों ने कई बार, I'm sure you guys are using Windows काफी टाइम से. Anyone who doesn't know Windows, who has been using Mac from a long time, so I could use Mac example कि Mac में कैसे error आते हैं. If not, if all of you are familiar with Windows, we'll take Windows का example. So when I say server, मतलब Windows का server चल रहा है maximum time यहाँ पर, right? So what if this server goes down? Operating system इसका चला जाता है, blue screen आ गया, लाइसेंसिंग का कुछ इश्यू हो गया, सर्वर क्रैश हो गया, सर्वर हैंग हो गया, चल ही नहीं रहा है, रिस्पॉन्ड ही नहीं कर रहा है. नाउ दिस इज माय फ्रंट एंड सर्वर, दिस इज माय बैक एंड सर्वर, बीच वाला जो है वो बैक एंड है, एंड दिस इज माय डेटाबेस सर्वर DB. सो एक एक ही सर्वर चला रहा हूं मैं. व्हाट इफ समथिंग गोज रॉन्ग विद द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम? फ्रंट एंड सर्वर का ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम चला गया, विल यू गाइस बी एबल टू सी माय एप्लीकेशंस फ्रंट एंड? आप मेरे वेबसाइट पे जा भी पाओगे क्या? विल यू बी एबल टू चेक?
No.
Okay, let's say my front end is working and my back end is gone. Will you be able to do something? Maybe आप मेरा वेब पेज देख पाओगे, but ऑर्डर वगैरह आप नहीं कर पाओगे. फर्दर
Correct.
चीजें जो बैक एंड में ये होना है. इफ आई टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ वो फेस ऐप वाला जो ऐप था, जो बैक एंड सर्वर पे फेस को प्रोसेस करता था, यंग टू ओल्ड, ओल्ड टू यंग, एंड देन इंस्टाग्राम का उसमें लेते हैं तो वो सेव भी करता है. सो दीज ऑल थ्री आर कनेक्टेड. तो इनमें से कोई एक भी सर्वर चला जाता है, so will my users be able to use my application?
No.
No, right? Now here, if I had two front end servers, okay, and one back end, one database, और इसमें से ये एक ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम चला गया. Now because I have two front end servers, so my users will be able to see my front end application. वो मेरा वेबसाइट पे लॉगिन तो कर पाएंगे, but still will they be able to do this processing or anything, any conversion, जो जिस भी तरह का मेरा ऐप है, will they be able to do that? Let's say my application says a face app, you upload a picture and I'll make some changes and I'll send it back to you. I have two front end server, one front end server is down. Will they be able to use my another front end server and have the request completed? My backend and database
Yes.
are working fine. Yes,
Yes.
right? But in the similar
Yes.
case, two servers are there, two front end servers are there, both are up, but one backend, there is only one in backend. This is gone. Now, is it useful just because I have two of them? Is my application working? Is it fully functional application now? Will they be able to achieve what they are looking for on my application? My application's job is to take a photograph on my front end application and get it converted. उसमें कोई जो processing करनी है, that happens at the back end. Now at the front end, I do have two servers, but at the back end, I have only one server. यहाँ पर अगर ये डाउन भी हो जाता है फ्रंट एंड पे, तो इसके लिए alternate सर्विस देने के लिए यहाँ पर है, but here I have only one server, and if this is down, maybe they will be able to see my website, but will they be able to use my application? Is it fully functional application now?
No.
No.
So will I call it this as an HA? किसी तरह से ये
No.
high availability है? नहीं है.
नहीं है.
अगर ये एक भी होता यहाँ पर तो भी नहीं है, यहाँ पर दो है और यहाँ पर एक है तब भी नहीं है. But this
Correct.
is an HA. How? If this operating system goes down, I have this one to serve. If this goes down, I have this one to serve. यहाँ से ये चले जाते हैं दो, तो यहाँ से रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ पर आ सकती है. ये जो दो भी ऑन है, इनमें से यहाँ पर आ सकती है. और यहाँ पर अगर ये तीन भी डाउन हो जाते हैं, so I will have two of them to serve my request. So this is also an high availability, but this is on operating system. This is an OS level high availability. When we did not have cloud, ये बहुत अपने आप में बहुत ज्यादा जो है यूजफुल हाई अवेलेबिलिटी है. क्लाउड तो अभी आया है, ठीक है. वी हैव बीन यूजिंग सर्विसेज फ्रॉम लॉन्ग टाइम, और सबसे मेजर इश्यू यही होता है कि ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम डाउन हो गया. एंड इफ इट इज नॉट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, मे बी जो सर्वर है यहाँ का, इसका फैन डाउन हो गया, इस एक सर्वर का फैन चला गया. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू इन दिस वे. लेट्स से माय ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज वर्किंग फाइन इन ऑल ऑफ दिस, ठीक है, बट दिस आर माय हार्डवेयर्स. आई हैव ऑलरेडी शोन यू एक हार्डवेयर कैसा होता है सर्वर का, उसमें क्या क्या कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं. लेट्स से इफ आई हैव ओनली वन सेटअप, इसका ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम तो चल रहा है परफेक्टली, बट इसमें जो फैन है जो कूल करता है इसको सर्वर को आपके, वो फैन चला गया, बहुत छोटी सी चीज है, चला गया, और आपका सर्वर हीट अप होके बंद हो गया, आपका हार्डवेयर ही बंद हो गया. इज योर एप्लीकेशन अप टू यूज नाउ?
No.
नो. बट इन दिस केस अगर ये दो में से इसका फैन चला जाता है और इसका रैम चला जाता है, लेट्स से ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम बढ़िया चल रहा है और इसका ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम चला जाता है, 3 सर्वर्स मेरे डाउन हो गए, बट आई विल स्टिल हैव 2 ऑफ देम टू सर्व माय यूजर्स. सेम थिंग हैपेंस हियर, ये 3 चले गए बट आई विल स्टिल हैव 2 ऑफ देम. यहाँ पर अगर ये 4 भी चले गए, आई विल स्टिल हैव 1 ऑफ देम टू सर्व. और जब तक इससे सर्विस चल रही है, आई विल स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन दीस सर्वर्स. वो अलर्ट्स वगैरह आ जाते हैं, वो सब कैसे होता है, विल सी दैट इन डिटेल. But are you guys getting the concept of high availability?
Yes.
So anyone who doesn't have the clarity? Yes, guys, anyone who did not understand, please do not hesitate. Let me know. I can repeat it again. And yes, Jafar bhai, what you were answering, that is not correct, because here I did not mention anything about availability zone. See, ये क्या है ना, ये हमारे पास high availability था जब तक हम लोगों के पास on premises में था. जब हम Azure पे आ गए या Cloud पे आ गए, तो we have few more options of high availability. But as of now, I was asking that South region, if I specifically say South region, and we are not even assuming, let me clear this. And yes, India South region. Jafar bhai, does this have availability zone feature? Who could answer? Jafar, could you answer this first? Does
No,
it
Bhai,
have and
no,
how
it
do you
doesn't.
know that?
Because it's not shown over there in purple color.
Right.
The
So
regions with availability zone are in purple.
perfect. Every region in Azure which has availability zone feature, it is shown in purple. Here it is. तो ये अगर आप अगर उस हिसाब से आप देखो तो इंडिया में there is no region which has availability zone feature. Okay, यहाँ पर I think there is UAE, which geography it is? Yes, UAE, and there is one region which has availability zone feature. So when I say that I am deploying my 15 servers on South region India, that means it doesn't have availability zone. And you answered availability set, so that could have been the correct answer, but yes, we are not talking about availability set yet. This is plain and simple. I'm deploying all servers simply like normal servers, so it is an operating system based high availability, but it is still an high availability. Okay, now let's go to the guys, if this finishes in 10 minutes, we'll restart without any break using the same link. Okay, so this is in high availability. So I want something more than this. A user says I want something more. Okay, I am getting an OS level HA here, but I want something else. What if my data center goes down? A user says, someone who is at on premises, he says कि ठीक है मेरे पास data center है और यहाँ पर servers है और he says कि what if my data center is up, but what if an internet connection which is coming to my data center that goes down? I have taken my internet from Airtel. What if Airtel is down? मेरा operating system चल रहा है, मेरा hardware चल रहा है, RAM चल रहा है, fan चल रहा है, everything is good with my machine, but the internet which I have taken from Jio or Airtel, that is down. Then which service would you guys suggest him in cloud? Now we are moving towards cloud. This is in on-premises. Now he wants to see if I come to cloud, what benefit or what facility do I have? What features do I have in cloud, which I do not have at on-premises? So he says that I am using HA as of now, where I'm getting redundancy for my operating systems, but I'm not getting redundancy for my power supply, which I have from Reliance, for my ISP, which I have from Airtel or Jio. So which service would you guys recommend this user? Yes, guys, we did discuss. We have been discussing these services. Just the next level of this, what will be the service जहां पर मुझको अपने racks और power supply से भी एक redundancy मिलेगी. I'm taking it this into hierarchy so you understand this well.
Why the user would need to use Azure SaaS, software as a service. And
Forget it.
then
It could be anything. I'm using infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or software as a service. Which feature are we talking about? But in this case, I want to use infrastructure as a service. I want to have my virtual machines. Then which service would you suggest? Yes, you are correct. Whoever answered, Sana, you answered, right? You are correct. Yes, Tabrez, you are also correct. Yes, guys, think. We did discuss this in our previous video on Thursday and Wednesday too. We read availability zone, right? What is availability zone? Who could explain very quickly? What is an availability zone with respect to high availability? How do we use it?
Availability zone will have more than 2 data centers. So anything goes wrong with the one data center, we can still have a application available, or
Perfect. I think everyone got the answer. Sorry to interrupt. We have less time. I think everyone got the answer, right? Correct answer. Which is the lesser a cheaper option? I didn't want to use word cheaper, but to make it obvious or to understand, which is the cheapest option or the cheaper option? एक availability zone से एक थोड़ा सा नीचे. Which option do we have? कि ठीक है, मुझको इतना बड़ा डेटा सेंटर वाला redundancy नहीं चाहिए, but within data center मुझको कुछ और redundancy चाहिए. So which is that option we discussed?
availability set.
Yes, guys. Yes, Amit. तो इतना टाइम लग गया समझने के लिए. इंटरव्यू में कोई इतना एक्सप्लेन नहीं करेगा, राइट?
Correct.
Availability set is the correct answer. Yes, and Tabrez answered FD, UD. Ramesh is asking what is FD and UD. So availability set जो है किस चीज का बनता है? Availability set, what are the things are there in an availability set? It is comprises of two things we discussed. Yes, you're correct. Yes, guys. Availability
Fault
set.
domain.
Perfect. Fault domain and update domain. So now I hope, Ramesh, this answers your question. What is FD? It is fault domain, and UD is update domain. Now, what is a fault domain, guys? Who could answer? Fault domain जो है किस तरह के issues से हम लोगों को redundancy ये देता है, provide करवाता है? What is a fault domain? And how many fault domain could we have? Maximum fault domain.
We can have 3, and
Perfect.
all 3 have different connections of ISP and power supply.
Perfect. So I hope this answers your question now. That someone from on-premises comes to you as a client, he says ये issues है, so you can sell him the update domain and fault domain, जिसका combination को हम बोलते हैं availability set. So when we talk about availability set, so those sets will have individual power supply. I mean उस data center में, Azure के इस data center में, example, if this is a zone, which this is a region which doesn't have availability zone feature, it has one data center, one and only data center, एक ही data center है, इसमें 900 racks है, तो उसको divide कर देंगे वो 300 300 300 में, and 300 racks will have a connection from Jio and connection from Adani Powers. Another 300 will have from Airtel and Maharashtra distribution system, ISP power supply. The another one may have Tata's ISP and Tata's power supply. तो इस तरह से आपके 3 fault domain बन गए. And now when you go ahead and deploy your server, तो आप एक set पे करोगे. Though I have already explained this, guys, I'm just this is sort of revision today, but काफी एक लंबा break हो गया था, so I thought this is a good way to start. So let's say यहाँ पर किसी data center में I have yes 20 update domains, that is correct. As of now we're just discussing fault domain. किसी data center में मेरे पास 9 racks है. इतने कम नहीं होते guys, ठीक है, thousands के range में होते हैं racks. This is just for your understanding. तो मैं उनका set बना दूंगा इस तरह से कुछ. It size has nothing to do with this. वो बस drawing में ये है. So these three might have or may have ISP from Airtel and Tata से power supply. ये किसी और vendor से होगा and ये किसी और vendor से होगा, ठीक है. And now when you try to have an application जिसके आप multiple computers बना रहे हो, तो उस application का एक computer आप यहाँ पर बनाओगे, एक इसमें और एक इसमें. Let's say if you're planning to have 6 computers for one application for front end. See, so in this case, guys, if one data center, one supplier, not the complete data center. अगर पूरा data center चला जाता है, then सब कुछ चला गया. एक data center का एक ISP का line down हो गया, suppose Airtel. If this is down, then you will still have from the same data center, you will have your server जहाँ पर टाटा का इंटरनेट है and you do have high availability जहाँ से आपका application चल रहा है. Is it clear, guys? Anyone has any doubt?
Just a question, like about when we talk about private cloud, does this play that role?
Yeah, features are same, be it private cloud or public cloud.
Okay.
Private, if you haven't watched the video, I've covered it in the first lecture or second one session. If not, we can cover it again. But irrespective, private or public, features are same. You can take availability set in private. Guys, this is about to stop. Let me stop it and I will start the session using the same link without any break, unless you guys want a break. So I'm stopping it and we'll start it using the same link.